Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture, and today we're going over Bazzi's second album called Soul Searching. I really like Bazzi. I actually got into him a couple of times. I got into him, actually, it's so funny that it was just last year that he actually, like, got, like, mainstream. So his song, Mine, was, like, pretty much what, like, kicked him into more of a mainstream direction, and I liked that song. I heard it before, and I really thought it was really great. So I got into this song, and I found out there's an album, so I listened to the whole album. I thought the album was really fun, and it was really good. I love his voice, and so, of course, I kept track of him since then, and he started releasing, like, singles after singles, and I was like, okay, this is really good. Like, every single was pretty good. So I'm gonna go through this album and talk about each song and what they mean, and try to, like, go into the meanings of them too as much as I can. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, and about what you thought about it and the album. And let's get started. So the first song is Humble Beginnings, and so what a great beginning is called Humble Beginning, and it's just like, oh, we're starting this album. I like this song. It's pretty much he's talking about how he wasn't, like, he didn't start off rich, or he didn't have a privileged type of life. So he kind of built himself on his own. I love the lazy sax in this. Is one of the things I love about his music, is that he adds, his production's always interesting because it has, like, things that are inside of it that you didn't think that you would want inside of it, but there it is. Like, it's just, like, the sax is just amazing. This song is this song is really good, and one of the quotes I like from the song is, "Money buys designer shit to wear over your scars," and is a nod to saying, like, you got all these rich things, but you are just all of it. You're hiding all you're hiding under your wealth, and how you actually feel and everything that's going on inside. Number 2 is Soul Searching, and so that kind of elaborates more about what he was talking about. It's very smooth production. There's actually a sample of XX Tentacion, which is Whoa, Moment, or Mind and Awe. It was a sample into the song, and so I thought that was a really good, like, add to it. I had to go back and kind of listen to that song because I'm honestly not a huge fan of XX Tentacion. I didn't really know that much about him before, so then even when he passed away, I didn't really, like, even then I wasn't even into his music. I heard some of his songs, there wasn't, like, depth into it, so I had to go back and listen to the song just to understand what this song was sampling from. Number 3 is Focus featuring 21 Savage. First of all, I'm glad that 21 Savage is doing stuff still. Good for him. Even after the whole, like, issue with him being British born and everything. So the production in this song is amazing. One of my favorite songs off the album. It's a great production. The bass is heavy in the best way. The guitar riff that's inside the verses that are just amazing. I love that little, like, I feel like one of the things about his songs is it's the tiny details that you really have to listen to that are just amazing, that adds more depth to this song in the production. I also, including, like, the male chorus with the awes kind of thing, that's really nice. It kind of adds a little more heavier sound to it. 21 Savage is good into this song. I don't think he adds or removes anything from it. He's good with his soul, like, with his feature, but it's not, like, I could have done either. I'm glad I had it, but I'm not hurting it for it too. Number 4 is No Way. This song's a really good song. It's pretty much just, like, actually elaborate, because the focus was more is, like, I'm focusing on me, what I need to do, as well as my relationship with you, and, like, fuck all the haters around me, and stuff like that, and just kind of making sure I'm focusing on the right things. And I feel like in No Way, it elaborates on that, what it actually means, which includes his dream. Is like, I'm focusing on my dream no matter what people say, like, I'm not good enough or anything. He kind of gets straight to the point, because it's a pretty short song, and so I like that. I like that in this whole album, he kind of elaborates in certain things. Number 5 is Conversations with Myself. This song is pretty much a very emotional song. Or in-depth song. I love what he talks about in this. It's pretty much saying, like, he's just, like, even though he starts off by, the first part of the song is him, like, talking to himself, saying, like, I'm so glad that we made it this far. Look how much, like, we accomplished. Look how far we've came. And then he adds in near the end, just like, as much as I have all this, it's just I still feel lonely. And the explosion of the, like, chorus is insane. Like, I love it. Like, it adds with the choir addition to it, which is really nice. And one of the things that really got my attention, the quotes in the lyrics was, if I'm not happy, I'm just a sad guy in a nice car. I think that really speaks a lot of depth. And I think it's kind of nods to people, because right nowadays, like, people are just, like, talking about flexing songs. It's like, there's so much flex songs out there, but they never say, like, money doesn't really give you too much happiness. Like, you can buy all these shit, but it doesn't fix any of the, like, personal problems you have going on inside. Number 6 is Fallen, featuring Six Black. This is pretty much more of an elaboration on Conversations with Myself. Pretty much saying, like, adding more to the loneliness side of it. And saying that it's just like, once again, he just feels lonely and is falling to this feeling. He wants to kind of pull himself out, but there's times that he kind of feels that way. Number 7 is Can We Go Back to Bed? The intro has rain inside of it, was really, really nice. This song is pretty much talking about the long distance, how much this long distance is taking a toll in his relationship with his girlfriend, and just how it just, like, he's trying to make it work, and they're trying to make it work, but it wasn't the ideal situation that they would want to be in, but he understands it's just part of his journey of this career that he's in. Number 8 is Live Forever. This is it's honestly, feel like this song is just saying how much he really loves this girl, even though they have a long distance. He kind of elaborates more on just, like, as much as the long distance is happening, I still love you in this way, and all this kind of thing. And this actually is produced by Marshmello, which is kind of cool. Number 9 is I.f.l.y. So this is a really cute song. I love how smooth and low-key sound it kind of has. I also like the romantic guitar that's inside of it. This song is it's pretty much elaborating more about how much he loves this girl, and we kind of figure out that he's talking about Renee Herbert, which is she's a model, and apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently there's more than her. There's more than one of her. So because one of the quotes he says is like, God made you a twin, but you're the one I see. And I think that's kind of like, he's acknowledging the fact, which is, I found out that also is she's a triplet. She's part of a triplet sisters. And so so he's pretty much says, like, even though there's other ones that look exactly like you, you're the only one I want. And so, but he still shouts out to the other sister. Number 10 is Paradise, which is my favorite song off the album. Like, Focus comes close, but it's just, Paradise is its own, like, lane. So this song is talking about living in the moment, living in the present. It also has, like, great production, like the plucking of the violin, and it kind of makes you feel like you're soaring through the clouds ish. Like, at first you're kind of like, oh, I'm kind of soaring through the clouds, but then you're completely soaring through the clouds, because when the bass comes in, when the chorus comes in, it just feels like, it reminds me a lot of Mine, how like when the chorus comes in, you're like, oh, there's a lot of production in the best way. Like, it's just, the production just has a mood. Like, this song is a complete mood. Like, it's just like, you're completely soaring through the clouds, you're completely just drifting into the music, and I think that's a great thing. Like, if I can feel like I'm drifting in your production and your music, like, you're doing a great job. So yeah, so I really love this song. And finally, number 11 is Who Am I? So this song is really even another deep song, which I'm so glad he did it. And it's pretty much talking about the influence, how much influence that the social media has on people, definitely nowadays. And to the point where you find yourself falling into patterns of liking things because it has million views or million likes. So you're like, oh, I like it because they like it, without actually feeling like sitting back and like, do I actually like this, or do I like it because other people like it? You know, and I think that's something that he's pointing out. He really calls out a lot of things. Like calls out that part where it's just like you think that you're into it, but are you really into it? You know, so where he calls himself, he's like, for me, like I wasn't really making a lot of views, but then there's people that say that I did still see people that would comment like, oh my god, he's so great, he's amazing, blah blah blah. And I feel like that too with myself, like not that no one's saying like, oh, you're great, blah blah blah, but I do like get like some comments on my video, but I also feel like there's times where you feel like because you don't get as much views as somebody else does, and you're competing automatically, even if you don't see it. And so you automatically feel like, you're like, oh my god, am I even doing it right? And even if you don't get views, or you get a little views, you're like, what am I doing wrong, kind of thing. And it's just like, sometimes it's not what you're doing wrong. It's just sometimes it's just more, you'll still see people that are like appreciative of what you're doing, and maybe it's up to you to find your opinion and what you think about things. And I think that's what he points out in this. I honestly thought this was good. I thought this song, Who Am I, could have been in the middle of the album, kind of pointing out more stuff. I understand that there's a direction in this album. I honestly feel like Paradise should have been the last song, because it's a freeing song, and so having a freeing song would be I thought would end better. But I also understand that he's nodding to the fact that just like this is what's really going on, kind of thing. So yeah, and to the point where when he says, who am I, is when it's saying like, I don't really know who I am, if I'm being genuine to myself or not. So yeah, so I really like this album. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think there's parts of it that has its own flaws, like the features. I can honestly take or give them. I think, or give or take them. I just feel like I feel like they could be there, they couldn't be there, it wouldn't really matter. I feel like him by himself, like especially with the last album, him by himself you're already getting the message already. But I do like the song. I do like the album. I do like going more into how he actually is going on since the last album. So yeah, leave a comment below, tell me what you thought. Also don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the notification button so you can get more views, so you can get more likes, so you can get more videos that I'm sending out. So I'm also posting more videos on Instagram to show you more of to keep me updated, keep you updated. So look into the little description to find my Instagram account, little link for it. So I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.